Shifeng was asking about renewable energy. Do you look at, I think this sector is going to be the important sector in the future. Let's look at some stocks, whether we can invest in some of this. Is this even a typical process?
Yes. I think this our typical process. We actually will identify what are the sector that can grow, and then within that sector, which are the share that has not gone up, or which are the new star that's going to make the company grow. Very important. Like for example, I try to remember we think 5G will grow. In fact, 1 year ago, a lot of people think 5G is not going to be there. It's going to be there very far away. It's not true. 5G come very fast. Now people already work on 6G. So we were very pro on 5G. We are very pro on electric car. We are very pro in solar. Solar means renewable energy. Renewable energy is important. Your battery, your solar, and your hydroelectric power, and so forth. We do try to identify. People also say cannabis is good. And all this. We will list down all the growth sector, and then we try to get our people to go in and look at them. It's important,
Okay.
That's one way to analyze. You're almost like top down already. Then after this high growth, then you go in and take a look at them one by one, and you pick the one. It's just like rubber gloves, at one time, you go and take a look at all of them, and then you pick the one you like best. Then you are so lucky you get one, a killer.
How many stocks are ideal in a portfolio?
Okay, I think we do small, mid, and large cap. As you can see, Warren Buffett do concentration. There are also many fund managers in Singapore also done, but some of them they do concentrations. Now there are also other fund managers. They just have 800 stock. They as long as they meet their number, they will just buy. For us, we are very interesting. We do a lot of research. And I go for across the board. I go small, mid, and big cap. As long as they meet my criteria, they are growing, low gearing, management is good, growing, and the price is at a discount. That's very important. So in the long run, and then plus when the market goes up, I get out. I go and find another undervalued stock again. Then I keep on rolling, So you take a look at our long-term funds. We outperform by a few 100%. All the major one, our ASEAN fund outperform more than 300%. I manage EPF money also a few 100%. Dana more than 300%. All our major fund actually are we outperform by a good margin.
Okay.
Is there did I miss your question? Sometimes I thought,
you don't mind. How many stocks are ideal, right?
Sorry. I need to answer your question. We tend to range from about 50 to 80, because we have small and mid and big cap, and actually we quite skewed towards small to mid cap, So we need, the more we have in our opinion, is lower risk we have, because they are tightly held. Sometimes they are illiquid. The more you have, the easier for you to get out, just in case you have redemption.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big cap is easier to get out, which is true, and they claim that big cap is lower risk, but sometimes it's not true. Sometimes, at times, especially in ASEAN country. Last year, you can see that the big cap has grown so much that many of the big cap cannot grow anymore. So as a result, the index comes down, and the share that perform very well, quite a number of them are small, mid cap. So it depends on the cycle. We tend to do all. Yeah. We try not to concentrate. Okay,
but because you are managing millions of dollars, right? But what if is the person investing his own funds, do you think there is an ideal number of stocks in a portfolio?
Oh, it depends on your size. If you are small, you won't be able to go so many stocks, you need to be very accurate, But we are talking about, like us, we're talking about if you have a fund, let's say you have a fund around 20-30 million US, around that size, you want to diversify, you want to take acceptable risk, above average return, maybe, we are good model to follow. If you are in small, mid, and big cap, if you are in the big cap only, some of our friends, they don't want to have more than 20 counter. But there's also risk, at times when the big caps are not performing well, your 20 stock doesn't mean you're lower risk.
Yep, agree. So each has, what I hear is that it really depends on your preference. There's no right or wrong when it comes to having how many stocks in your portfolio. Right?
Your analysis is important. Let me put it this way.
Okay.